SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Wednesday, May 17th, and we are talking with Troy West from TroyWins.com. We're going to cover Game 1 in Cleveland, Boston tonight, and we already covered the series, and Troy gave the opinion that he does think Cleveland's going to win it, but it's not going to be a sweep. They're going to have a little bit of a tough fight. The Game 1 lines here are 4 or 4.5. A couple places have 4.5, but most places still have 4. Big question here, I guess, is rust and rest for Cleveland. How much does that affect them? Obviously, Cleveland has dominated this series, but from an ATS perspective, Boston has been great as well, right? They covered 5 out of the 7 games against Washington, and they covered, I believe, the last 4 games in the series against Chicago. So from an ATS perspective, Boston has been every bit as good as Cleveland. Still, though, I think I would have to take Cleveland either on the first half or the full game or both on this one just to start the series and to throw out the factor of rest and rust being possibly a negative for Cleveland. What's your take on this one, Troy?
Yeah, Pete, very interesting line. I think if you were to look at it from a perspective of what's happened in the last 2 series or what's happened, and you see Cleveland 8-0, and you see what Boston, they struggled against the Chicago Bulls and they struggled against Houston. They are where they are because they're a good basketball team, a well-coached basketball team. But you'd kind of scratch your head a little bit and go, shouldn't Cleveland be favored by 7 or 8 points against this Boston team? But it is Eastern Conference Finals. Boston's deep. They've got a great coach. My lean's really going to actually go on the under, Pete. And I am 0-2, so buyer beware. I am 0-2 on my last 2 under plays. But, boy, it sure seems like a lot of points. I think Cleveland's going to come out a little slower, a little sluggish. I think their shots are going to be off. Boston's going to be a little bit tired. I think their shots are going to be off. Defensive intensity, I think, will be there from both teams. But like I said, I'm 0-2 my last total, so what the hell do I know? I do believe that this is going to be an underplay. If I had to lean, I would lean Boston with the points. But, my God, after watching Cleveland the last 8 games, I can't go against them. But I do think it's a square play to take Cleveland. I think it'd be way too easy for the public. I would really think the public's going to be all over Cleveland tonight. And I don't see -4 being a great value there because it does seem too easy, doesn't it, Pete?
Yeah, it does seem too easy, but sometimes, in football as well, some of these easy public plays are actually sides with value. I mean, there are definitely spots where the public is clearly on the wrong side, and you want to fade them, but it's definitely not an automatic to fade an obvious public play.
No, I agree. I agree with you. It's just this one for me. I kind of think this first game is going to kind of dictate where the series goes. If Cleveland goes in, gets that blowout that everybody's kind of expecting, then you probably are looking at a sweep or Cleveland in 5. But if Boston keeps it tight, which is kind of what Vegas is predicting, and somehow sneaks this one out, this could be a great series. But like I said, my official play is on the under. I think when you get as long a rest as Cleveland did, the shots don't come out falling just like it happened to Golden State. It seems to just be a common trend in the NBA. And I think Boston's defense intensity will rise up. I think you're looking at like a 105-100 type of basketball game here. Maybe even 107-102 type game, but it goes under, Pete.
All right, sounds good. Under 219.5, -105 currently in Pinnacle, and I'll give an official play, even though my overall record in the NBA obviously is terrible. I'll give Cleveland first half -1.5, -110. Most places have 2, but the Chris books have -1.5, so I'll take that one. Cleveland -1.5, -110 on the first half. Troy West, thanks for analyzing this game with us, and give a plug for your website, TroyWins.com.
Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, last couple days have been ugly at TroyWins.com, but I can assure you that long term, we've been doing this for 13 years. We're in business for a reason. Come take a look at TroyWins.com. We always come out on top. It's TroyWins.com. We're happy to give you a free trial. We're a one-stop shop in this handicapping industry.
All right. Thanks very much, Troy.
Thank you, guys.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.